Hey, this is DM Allen. Thanks for joining us once again for another week of awesomeness. Let's just get it started.
Last time on RWA, our party of heroes tried to close a rift, but had some trouble and may have set off an explosion or two.
Not good enough, 22. Kaboom!
Instead of risking ripping the weave, they decide to hire help from the other side in the form of Arcanoloth.
Kyo decides he's going to talk to this guy, see if he can help from the other side.
But by the time Kyo and Kinian return from the other side, Lyriel has arrived and manages to close the rift.
You start to see space start pulling back together, and it actually starts to suture. And after a little bit, the weave is once more repaired.
Now, on to Phandalin.
So you guys are all up on the ship, and it is pointed towards Phandalin. It takes, let me see, it takes 5 days to travel there.
I start talking up my manner to Deke.
Your what? Your manner?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh, boy.
What are you doing on the ship? What does Fodette do on the ship?
Well, so one of these mornings I was going to try to get up early and find whatever kind of coffee type substance there can be, that kind of stuff, trying to put together, when you have to give someone bad news and so you make them a really nice breakfast.
Okay.
so I'm doing that, scraping mold off of hardtack and just trying to put together this god-awful little breakfast plate type thing.
Okay. All right.
Just sort of humming to himself.
I think you have a skeletal sous chef that's there that you can order around to assist making this breakfast. Are you making a big breakfast for the crew?
Oh, what for Kyo?
Oh, all right. Okay, so you're building this breakfast that you think Kyo might like.
Yeah.
And
some of his favorite foods I've never heard him talk about before.
And Kyo, you make your way into the mess hall, just kind of looking for some grub, and you see the spread in front of you. What kind of dinner do you got going on? Vodette, or breakfast?
These are some of one of my favorite things that we always love to have. So this is literally grubs here. These are pretty nice. Little curry paste on them, and you saute them nice and slow. And that's coffee. It's coffee. and this is just toast, a little bit of toast. I just kind of use flame cantrips and types of things like that. It's pretty nice. Nice. I thought it'd be nice. Try to do that. I don't have much fire stuff, but I cast guiding bolt on the toast a couple times for you.
Kyo thinks it's delicious. He especially likes the hardtack that used to be moldy. He likes that hint of mold.
Kyo, I just wanted to, people sometimes put so much weight on having material possessions like homes and stuff. And don't you think that's unhealthy?
No.
Oh, well, but just think about how wonderful and freeing it would be to not have to worry about all of the upkeep and the maintenance and oh no, I have to install another toilet. That kind of thing.
But where am I going to keep my hoard?
Well, first of all, they prefer to be called escorts.
No. HOARD.
I don't think you know how to spell that word, buddy. This is what I'm trying to say. So you know how we were fixing up the house?
Mm-hmm.
You do like that coffee, by the way? It's a nice Tanzanian pea berry. Pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
So anyway, well, I've got good news. we definitely were working really hard. But, we showed up and there was a lot less mansion than what you kind of talked it up to be. So there was this snafu with the subcontractor, and I would hate for you to have your expectations up. Okay, then good talk, buddy. Thanks, bye. And he runs.
Take inspiration for that, Ryan. That was awesome.
I ask Kinian how many skeletons are on the ship. And the answer is currently 34, by the way.
34.
Yeah.
Yep. I've got
34.
And I ask him that we just need like 7 or 8 people to run the ship, right?
I suppose.
I then use Radiance of the Dawn to kill 20 skeletons. So there's only 14. All we are is dust in the wind.
So, like, a bunch of skeletons basically vanish from the ship.
Yeah.
And moments later, 2 skeletons appear right in front of Tin, and they're both making, like, frowny faces. Because they're all under my control. Kinian's, like, doing, like, thumbs down reactions from 2 additional skeletons at her.
Okay.
Like, there's no...
Did you create them, or did you just bring them in?
I brought them in,
Okay. So
basically just willed them.
Okay. So we're at 14 crew members.
Out of spite, I use Sacred Flame on one of them and walk away.
13. Yeah, she, like, walks away and slams the door to her room.
Yeah.
And I turned to the last
Was that
group.
like out on the deck?
Down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming on the deck because there'd be like a lot of skeletons I could see, so I could kill 20 of them.
Yeah.
So that hireling,
Cool.
how's he taken to his job? Yeah, he
Random human or whatever.
he was like just a guy on the street. I figured he works in like warehousing or something.
Yeah, he's failing epically.
But I made him in charge of the. I made him a bosun, the boatswain. So he's in charge of deck duties.
Oh, like mopping the deck and stuff like that.
No, like in charge of everybody who's on the deck.
Oh shit! Yeah, he's failing.
He's probably just like mopping the deck.
Yeah, he's mopping the deck because that's what I would have thought. So that's what he thought.
Lead by example.
Lead by example. That's right. Yeah, he's just like mopping the deck.
So right after Tin like liquefies one of the 2 skeletons that I brought over with the frowny faces and the thumbs down, and walks away, I like walk up to the remainder skeleton who's still like frowny face and thumbs down, and I'm like, do you think it's a good time to ask her about reimbursement for the 2100? And the skeleton walks away from me.
Yeah. It just like palms its face and like shakes it and walks away. Yeah.
I do spend the bulk of like the remainder of like the travel time coming up with like the craziest schemes, like to the point where Rings is just walking away from me constantly.
Okay.
Talking about how we can get an army down into the first level of the Abyss and murder all the Arcana Lost and take all their money.
And I miss out on this because I basically stay in my room for the 5
I'm
days.
basically walking behind her saying, see, all we have to do is we have to get our friends together and
She puts
get
her
back
hand
on the
over
boat.
your mouth.
And I'm just...
She's like, Kinian, my dear, my love, I'm the brains of the operation. Let me think of the things. You bring me information, I will think of the plan.
It's a long 5 days.
Over those 5 days, does Minette do anything in his workshop or anything like that?
Nothing specific.
Okay.
He's probably just trying to cement the new lessons that Lirio gave him in his head.
Okay. Yeah. She left you a like a pamphlet, like how to tie the weave 101 type pamphlet.
It's important.
And Ezekiel is sitting on your workbench, and he says, "So, what are the chances that you think that cleric's gonna revive me.
You can be revived after all this time?
Well, I mean, like, there's only a little bit of me, but I think it could happen. You don't think so?
I pick him up and just take him. I take him directly to Tin, and I'm like, here, he wants a revive. He's getting chatty and just disrupting my work.
He's like, just shut him up. I'm trying to think.
And I look at the stick and ask, how long have you been dead?
I don't know. What year is it? And you tell him the year because we never established it, so
Exactly.
I don't know it.
Yes. I answer correctly.
Yes.
Kyo just turned 8.
Yes, we go by Kyo's
That's
age.
Right, that's right.
Tier 8.
He says, about 1,000 years.
I turn to Manette. Sorry, that's not
Oh,
happening.
I'm back in the shop.
he's
I'm gone.
And I open the door, and I walk over to your shop and open your shop door and put him down on the desk next to you. Close the door on my way out.
Man, she doesn't seem like she wants me. Do you think it's the face?
I think it's because you're an undead skeleton-looking creature.
And he's like
And
laying.
she's pretty prejudiced.
He's laying on your bench, and he turns his head over, like rolling over in bed type situation. Yeah.
Rattle.
And you hear like a gentle. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go dormant for a little bit, and the rattle falls silent. All right. So you all, after 5 days, reach Phandalin.
Kyo's been working on how to make his fire burn better.
You all fly in on your ship.
I can smell those trees anywhere.
What you see is the familiar sight of a western-like town. These houses all have a very western feel. They're all kind of dirty and such. As you're floating by, where do you guys want to land? As you recall, Tressender Manor is off to the west of, off to the east of town, and town center houses like a smithy and the Stonehill Inn and all sorts of.
Well, we'd probably
different
land where the manor is since we own it.
Okay.
Because there's faded paint that claims it for the Emerald Enclave.
I lean over the edge of the ship and I point toward the inn, and I'm like, "Hey, Kyo, isn't that where I beat up your Glassstaff friend?" And I pull out the pipe and smoke it.
Our guys pouring out for past chanting.
Well, there's a statue of Chanton over by the bar.
Oh,
There is.
I forgot about
There is a
that.
glass statue. So, you guys land, you start making your way east, and the closer you get, you start passing over this large amount of trees, and you can just start making out the manor. And what you see is actually a fabulous looking manor.
Really?
It has been built up and is completely. From the outside, at least, it looks finished. It's got these stone turrets. It looks almost like a castle to you, Kyo. Stone turrets that raise up high, 2 in the front and 1 in the back, and you've got a Emerald Enclave flag waving in the gentle breeze. It is the start of summer, by the way. And you are kind of puzzled, in fact. And as you're looking around, you're starting to see, like, from the distance, yes, this town looked familiar, but the closer you got, the more you realize that there's a lot of spit shine on this town.
It's been a long, long time since we've been here.
Yes, it's been about I believe it's been about a year and a half or 2 years, close to.
I kind of say to myself, like, huh. So when he claims things for Emerald Enclave, he really is claiming them for Emerald Enclave.
And
Because, like,
yeah,
this is the first time we've actually seen something come of it.
yeah, you guys haven't been back since we
We
started.
tend to lay the groundwork and leave.
Yeah. So Vodette.
Yeah.
This
You really
site,
outdid yourself, Vodette.
this site is not what you remember. So what you remember is it being roughed out. The framing was roughed out, and that's when you guys ran out of money.
Right? Yes.
Apparently, they found money.
Yeah, you guys. Like I said, keep your expectations low. This is it's not much to look at. It's not the level we normally would be at, but I hope that its meager appearance is good enough for you, Hio.
Ben's dying right now. You all actually approach, and there's a nice, like, it would almost in our terms be like a helipad, and it just so happened to be there as a courtyard. The courtyard is not finished. It's got this roughed in look, almost like they're getting ready to put down patio stones, and but it's the perfect spot to park the boat.
Oh yeah, Keo, do you like them to be like a sequential, or do you want the good herringbone pattern? I mean, that's part of the delay.
Herringbone, definitely.
And
And Keo chuckles to
Someone
himself
owes
about
me a
it,
copper piece.
thinking about the herringbones and the salted fish.
Vodette and Keo
found
really
underneath.
are two peas in a pod.
You guys are greeted with spears.
And spears.
With spears.
Conspiracy.
Rude.
There is a large number of goblins and a couple of hobgoblins thrown in there. They have spears and bows, and you see this very stout female goblin in the front who's got a tunic on with the Emerald Enclave symbol, and she shouts out to the boat. She says, "Who goes there?"
I yell back, Prince Kyo and his entourage.
And are you actually like looking at her, or are you just shouting from the boat?
I'm up in the way up in the top.
Okay.
Do I recognize?
Yeah, actually. So when you left, there was a upstart goblin named Yurik, and she's a very strong-willed goblin and very stout, very strong indeed. She apparently has taken some sort of leadership role.
Yeah. So when she yells up, Vodette will just like be holding onto the rails and like pulling himself up and shouting half a sentence at a time, where he can actually be seen.
Right, so you're like jumping up above the
So
rail.
he's just like,
Hey, check it out! Yurik, it's me! It's Vodette! We all made it back! Not all of us, actually. That was a lie, the rest is dead. Hi! And they found Keo!
Yurik runs away. She runs up into the manor very quickly, and she says, as she's running, she says, "Treat them well, give them what they need." And she runs into the manor.
I kind of look at her
I
strangely.
turn right around and I look at Tin, and I say,
That's Yurik. Alas, poor Yurik. I knew her.
What's up with her?
Well, in my own complete way of phrasing things, she was a young upstart that seems to have found her way into a bit of a leadership position.
Tinovia really doesn't know how to reply to that. she just kind of nods her head and says, okay.
Nice.
I mean, I can respect it though. Game recognized game.
Vodette,
Yes.
we're in Phandalin,
Very good.
and Bon holds out his hand.
I high five it.
I said, the marble.
Oh. That's around here some. Did I promise to give you that? I don't.
Yep.
Yeah, he fishes the marble out and he goes,
Sure thing. You're not gonna throw me off before we actually.
Oh, no,
land.
no. We're pals now. We played cards. We hung out. We drank. We're pals.
Oh yes, I remember that montage.
and I hand over the marble.
And Kenyon just shrugs, like,
And I'm like, Vodette, you better come with me. And I, like, grab Vodette by the shoulder and start walking away from Kenny. I'm like, yeah, we should go there.
Nothing gets cast, but you just see the slow, gentle, somatic hand positionings for the spell of that Toll the Dead.
Okay. Like a threat.
Yeah.
After about 2 or 3 minutes, Yurik comes running back, and she gets to the ship, and you all have disembarked or gotten off the ship, right? And
Yeah,
she
I cast prestidigitation real quickly to straighten out
okay.
my tattered tunic that I've been wearing for.
She runs up and she puts her hands on her knees, and she like leans over quick, and she's
Yeah. Breathe.
the Undying Sage is on his way. Okay.
Hey, Yurick, come here. I want
Well,
to
that
show
was
you
easy.
this really cool thing real quick.
And I try to pull her off to the side, like 20 feet away.
Like, how fast coming?
I don't know. And she gets pulled off by Vodette. And
What is going on? There was no way that we were going to be able to get this. There was practically lift the walls. How did you manage to pull a lift off? How have you been, by the way?
she says, well, let's unpack that. We're kind of a big deal now in Phandalin.
In a good way?
Yeah.
That's nice.
The town's kind of beholden to us.
What? Beholders!
Calm, Vodette, calm. Turns out we're pretty good contractors. We're the general contractors for the entire town, and the town's been using the tax money to rebuild it and kind of start bringing in tourists to start going through Wave Echo Cave.
Wait, so you built a tourist trap and that's how you got that place so pretty?
No. We just we help make it look pretty. Oh, that reminds me. And she like pulls out this paper, and it looks like a long scroll. And she says, "I've got to give this to Hio.
What's that?
It's the deed to Wave Echo Cave."
Oh.
She says before Gundren left, he had plans. He decided to make this a tourist destination to help build up the town. So
Neither of them know who Gundren really is.
right.
Yeah.
And so she says, now that money from building the town has went back into Tressender Manor. Well, we like to call it the Emerald Manor now. And you'll see why.
That tracks. Yeah.
Yeah. And she says she puts her arm around yours or around your shoulder, and it's a big beefy arm. She's very muscular, and she kind of starts walking you back towards the rest of the party, and she says, Keo, Gundren wanted you to have this before he departed, and she hands over a giant scroll.
And Kyo doesn't really realize that it's like a deed or anything. Mm-hmm. He just sees a really big scroll and his eyes light up.
Mm-hmm. and
I look at the quality of the vellum.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's the best quality. It's actually like insanely good.
Yeah. And so, in trade, Kyo hands her back a different scroll.
Oh, that isn't quite necessary, but I'll take it.
Yeah. Hopefully she can't read magic. It's a scroll of banishment.
Oh, gotcha. She like starts to open it, and she's like, sure, thank you. And she says, come, I'm excited to show off the Emerald Manor. She brings you into the manor, and she says, you see, we've done very well. The town apparently hasn't been spending any of its tax money since kind of when it got founded. They've been very frugal, and because of not spending that tax money, their houses and shops have been in very bad repair. So we came in, we fixed it up, and she opens these like mahogany doors up into this large like common room type room, and she says, this room it's my special project. And when she opens it up, the entire floor is a emerald marble. It's got an emerald sheen with white veins moving through it. And she says this is what inspired the name. Now, and along the edges of the walls, she walks up to one of the edges, and she reaches up, and you see all of these walls are bookshelves. They're very empty. There's only a couple of books, and she walks over to you, Kyo, with one book in hand, and she hands it to you, and she says, these are the copy of transactions that we have been making with the town. These are the books. And she says, I guess the place is yours now. And we have our own designated rooms. But for now, I mean, the whole manor is pretty much complete, I think.
Where's the bar? Like, Kinian's bored.
Bored, yeah.
Really bored at this point.
Yeah, she says, there is one wing that isn't finished. Maybe you can order some of our members to fix up what you want from it.
It's not a manor without a bar.
Well, there's one just west of here.
She says, she takes a deep bow and she says, I will await your orders. And she walks up to you, Kinian, and she says, if you walk that way, you will run into a bar.
I walk that way.
There's like a low-hanging bar, and he bangs his head into it.
So,
like, even if there's like a window of some sort, I try to find my way through it just so I don't have to like go around.
No, they're big gaudy doors that you walk through, and it goes through a couple of layers, like a standing room and stuff like that for waiting guests. And you exit, and in front of the manor is this big winding road that works its way down the little hilltop that the manor sits on, and at the end you see a what used to be the Sleeping Giant, but now is as a just a completely different establishment. You get closer to it, and it is a bar called the Wave Echo Bar.
Tourist traps. Like every 30 seconds or so, like while Kinian's like essentially like float flying toward the bar, you hear like mumbles over the ring, like fucking manor, no drink, god Just like little gripes as
Yeah.
I float along.
And you're passing little curio shops that weren't here before. Some of them are like Wave Echo Cave, and they're like little glass waves that like stick into your window. Like they're stained glass waves that like stick up to the side of your window, and they've got like big horns and stuff, just oddities to sell to travelers. So what do you guys want to do in this town?
I would like to find a store that will sell me 300 gold gems.
Yeah, so
Would the miners exchange do that?
yes, absolutely. So you make your way down to the miners' exchange, and there is a man there. He's not someone you recognize, and he's got like a scar over his right eye, and he says, "Yes, what can I do for you?"
I'm looking for some 300 gold gems.
Ah, yes. He starts rooting around. You hear like this box open, and you hear like stones brushing around in it, and he pulls out 3 gems and puts them up on the counter.
I briefly inspect them, and then I hand over 900 gold pieces.
All right. Is there anything else you want to do?
Tanuvial actually wants to go to the bar and have a drink.
Okay. All right.
Because it has been stressful 5 days for her. She's
Hell yeah.
been...
I'm gonna head that way too, but I gotta make a pit stop real quick.
Okay. Where?
Manette. I go find Manette.
Okay.
I go.
He's right next to you.
I'm like-
you're standing right next to him, looking at the room, and you're like, Manette,
I like over the ring.
Manette, where you at?
I'm stealthy.
Shit.
I'm super stealthy.
I've just been standing still so long.
Yes, I was just thinking of that.
Holy shit! I didn't see you there.
You're eating a Zargnut. Right,
Yeah.
right now.
Do you want to hold on to the marble from Vodette?
Sure.
I also thought, considering how we've just got it, you might be able to turn it into some sort of scope.
Okay.
I was just spitballing. I don't know much about your gun, but
I think the way that the magic works is that you teleport through it when you look through, so I don't really want to scope things and then teleport to it.
we could shit
Defeats
your
the point
bullet
of a
through the
scope.
marble.
You could beat the bullet. Shoot yourself in the back.
You only do that party trick once.
Well, I'm gonna go to the tavern and find Kinian.
Okay. All right.
Bye, Manette.
See?
Keo, what do you do?
I realized that my mandolin's totally not my mandolin.
You're like, where the fuck did I pick this up at?
And then I have an oh well moment. And I collect up the rest of my stuff because I think my work here is done for setting this up.
Okay.
I mean, I'll have to get in touch with Shadowtop Cathedral, but Fandolin's nice, but it's not Neverwinter.
Okay. All right.
And then I head off over to Ettermath's orchard
Oh, okay. Okay. You make
to
your
say hello to like my second oldest friend.
Yeah.
Right after Manette.
So when you make your way to Ettermath, you walk up to this apple orchard, and there's a half-elf working one of the trees, just like pruning and getting ready for the season and such. And he looks down at you and he says, what can I do for you?
And I spit on my palm, hold it out, and say, "How's it going, old pal?"
He spits on his palm and shakes your hand, and he says, I remember you now. I've been well. Your travels have been safe?
More or less, mostly less.
Oh, that's good. Money comes with less. So, is there anything I can do for you?
Just came to say hi.
Oh, fantastic. Would you like to help me?
Of course.
All right. And he helps, or he has you help with your magic to kind of prune the trees and get them ready, and you spend the rest of the day doing that.
Flying butter knife thing.
Yeah. Maybe you like animate butter knives to does Minette do anything during this?
So, have we figured out why the Deepfoot clan was able to call Clouth?
No.
Here?
Nope. You have no clue.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and figure that out.
Okay. So you hunt down Yurik, who is not far away, and she's actually like sitting at a bar, and she's drinking a probably like sweet vermouth with like an olive in it. To be clear, this bar is in Tressender Manor.
That bitch.
She you can see her like she's leisurely like drinking this, but as she is, she's got like a big sack of alcohol like on the bar itself, and she says, what can I do for you?
Now, is that bar for like small-sized creatures then?
No, it's a regular like, so yes and no. There's normal
2 bars.
Yeah, there is 2 bars. So there's a medium-sized creature bar and then a small-sized creature bar. And Minette, you see like there's nothing stocked on the shelves. It almost looks like she's gathering her alcohol and putting it in a bag.
Why have you packed up the bar?
Well, word is that Kinian's quite the drinker. And, well, we spent a lot of money on these booze, and they're not his.
That's fair. That's very fair. So, you ran off when we got here and came back and said that Clouth was on his way?
Who's Clouth?
The Undying Sage?
Oh, yes. Very nice man. Like a human size, dark skin, kind of like reddish dark skin, and yeah, nice guy.
How do you know him, and how were you able to just bring him here when we arrived?
Sure. Well, he said he's a traveling sage for Candlekeep. And he actually hired Vodette's crew to go down to Chult, I believe is what it was called, and find something called the Soulmongerer.
Mm-hmm.
And we were instructed to write in this ticket book to let him know when the party returned.
Interesting. He's not what he appears to have shown you.
And she kind of puts her hand on your forearm and she says, as is a lot of us. And she winks at you.
Could I do an Arcana check to see if she's somehow illusory?
Yeah, absolutely.
27?
27. She is not an illusion. I like that Minette looks at her like, is she an illusion? But she's like, anyone from the outside in is like, she's fucking hitting on him. Like she's hitting on him. But Minette's like, who are you?
I don't trust you.
Completely missing the yeah. Yep.
I grab a bottle of booze.
Okay.
Out of the bag and just leave.
she's like, what?
Put it on Kyo's bill.
Oh, okay. And you leave. The rest of the party is at the tavern.
Before we get to the tavern, can Vodette have stopped by someplace?
Yeah, absolutely. Where?
So I want to go. I kind of go into one of the little tchotchke-looking shops.
Okay.
That has all of the goofy little glass baubles and all those kinds of things.
Uh-huh.
Walk in there and looking around at kind of the stuff.
A halfling, an old halfling woman, greets you, and she says, welcome to Alderleaf's trinkets.
Hi. Yeah, I need to pick up. I'm looking to get just a couple of little things. I just need 5 little, like, I don't know. There's like little sun catchers you can put in the window or something like that. That I can get just a little bit customized. Like maybe like get something painted on each one. They're just. I just want to pick something out that's a little more personal.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so if I could get like a nice blue and white one that has a nice little like wings on it.
Yeah, absolutely. I have one right here.
Oh, that's perfect. I didn't see it sitting there. Okay, and then I definitely need a green one that looks like a green emerald and has like maybe like a little lizard face on it.
She looks at you and she's like, that is the funniest thing. I just made one this morning.
This is fantastic. Well, let's see if this luck keeps going. Okay, and then one that's just yellow with a dawn, like the sun coming up.
Son of a bitch. It's still hot. And
okay.
And like she like pulls over a baking sheet and she's like, I literally just took this out.
And then I just need one that's like blood red and looks like maybe you, like if you threw it at somebody it would hurt really bad. It doesn't have to be really pretty, it just has to be like blood red and maybe you could use it as a weapon.
She looks around and she's like, and she starts like rooting through the drawers and she goes, yes, I have the perfect thing. And it's like a blood red, it looks like a throwing star almost.
That's perfect. And then just a really small one that you could tie a little, like a little lanyard to, like so you could hang it off of the like back of something, like a little charm. And yeah.
And she starts looking around and she says, one second, I think I've got something. And she walks to the back and you hear some glass breaking. And then she comes back out and she's just fitting this piece into like a lead frame. And she says, yes, I think this will work. And
that's fantastic. Great. How much are all 5 of these?
She looks down and she says, about 6 copper pieces.
That's great. I hand her a silver.
Oh, why, thank you.
Nope, thank you very much. With all of the nope, I don't know where I was going with that one. Okay, thanks, bye.
That's awesome.
And then I hustle over and like run into the tavern.
All right. You all are in the tavern. I think everybody's kind of made their way at this point. It's kind of the end of the day.
Kyo would come with a bag of apples.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're sitting in the tavern, and while you all are just kind of sitting around and chit-chatting, maybe even recounting like the time that Chanton like drug the mayor of town to a bar fight and stuff like that. A figure walks in. A mahogany skinned figure walks in with kind of like a red sheen to the skin. You see he's got these deep golden red irises. They're gold in the center and they burst outward to like this outer red ring, and it's very striking. It's a human that walks towards you with a red robe and the symbol of Candle Keep on it. And he approaches and he says, "The Obsidian Flame, how are you?"
Well, I'm slightly annoyed because And like Kinian's been drinking
Yeah.
for hours at this point, and it's starting to hit him. And I point at Vedette and Tin. I'm like, they keep killing my crew. And I kind of like fall over backwards in my chair.
To be fair, I mean, they're dead. We haven't killed anyone.
It's besides the point from the floor.
Little
Kind of
fist
lifting
bump
the
for
drink.
10.
Keo just
Nice.
stops dancing his jig on the table, and the apples that he's been juggling, they stop midair, just held motionless, except for one that falls down
Okay.
and hits the table. He's just really quiet, which is weird.
You're Klaus, right?
Yes.
Hey, Bon, I found a gold piece. And I lift up a gold piece from the ground.
His eyes like look towards the gold piece, and his jaw kind of clenches, and he looks back towards the group. He says, "So
you know who we are, and we know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
I assume you also know what we're after?
Yes." And he pulls out this rope from his robes. It is coiled in a very nice coil, and it's got like this blue aura around it, with this cold coming off of it. You guys can actually feel it from even the couple of feet that he's away. It just kind of washes over you, and he says, "The frozen rope, the last piece of 6.
Can we make a deal that results in us walking away with that?
Absolutely."
Keo pipes up. He says, "I don't want the giants to have the pieces of 6.
Deal. What I want in.
Interesting.
In on what?
I don't want to die in the demonic incursion. I want in. I want to be a part of the war, not a third party.
You want to come with us?
Yes. The Celestial Plane.
I pull out my Emerald Enclave and You pamphlet.
Okay.
Send it to him.
I'm going to do an insight check.
Okay.
Go back to my Greenpeace days.
It's a 13.
A 13. He seems like he does want what he says he wants. You glean that he probably has some sort of ulterior motive, but it's probably just to stay alive.
From the floor, Kinian like snorts and just like, "Are you gonna help in a fight, old man?" I have no idea that he's Klauth or who Klauth is at this point.
Yeah. Okay. He ignores you. He's
But I step up, and I pull Celestia's might out, and I make it drag across the hilt so it like rings when I pull it. Shing! And I flip it around and grab it by the blade.
That seems dangerous.
It's fine. And I make it glow. And I put it down, point down on the floor in front of him, and I say, "Take the pommel and swear allegiance to Mount Celestia."
He puts his hand on the pommel, and he kneels to one knee, and he swears.
Keo kind of tries to push his way in to swear too, because he wants to be a knight.
Okay. So Klauth backs off, and Keo, the pommel's there for you.
Put like one hand on, another on top, and I look into Bond's eyes, super serious. "I swear."
I just lean over to 10.
So do we all have to go touch the sword? Is that what's going on here?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
I pull out Bookmark and I like tap Clout on both shoulders, and I tap myself on both shoulders.
All right.
We're knights of the bar table.
the round bar table.
Is it round?
It is round.
Oh, nice.
So Tenuvial looks at Klauth and says, "If you don't want to be a third party in this war, why are you only coming to us now?"
I unfortunately was not made aware by my underlings of the demonic incursion until much later. I I thought that the war between the giants and the dragons was starting once again. I thought that might be what your party was doing, seeing how you affiliate with that bitch, Sarissa.
And like Kinian from the floor is just like, it starts processing. I'm like, hey, that's the mother of my unborn child.
She is kind of stuck up.
Keo
What?
sits from the table.
Kinian's starting to get up.
Yeah.
We all know that Keo doesn't believe in trusting anybody over 7 feet tall.
He says, I have been informed, though, of recent by my collector that the Chaos Wars are upon us once again. I want in. I want to survive.
Yeah, we all do. I've got no objection to you coming with us.
Great.
And Bond's getting animated now. I'm like, ooh, okay, so we've got the last piece. Okay, so we've got, Kinian's got one, Manette's got one, we've got the rope, the giants have...
I hold out my hand for the rope.
And he reaches out and just hands you the coil.
Okay, Kinian's got one, Manette's got two.
Seems legit. Okay,
The giants,
you got it.
the giants have 3?
The giants have the rest.
4?
Wait, there's more than 6?
There's like
There's 7.
Well, they're very poorly named then. I just want to put that out there.
I think they're poorly named. Apparently, like, the 7th one is a bowl that holds all the other ones, but it's still stupid.
They're not getting this piece. This is what connects me to Sarissa. I start backing away from the group.
Is he good?
You're not taking this piece from me.
He's definitely not good.
And I disappear to the ship.
I don't think anyone was trying to take anything.
Tanuvial's like just been very blunt this whole time because she's a little tipsy, and she just looks at Klaus and says, "If you're traveling with us, though, you can't be talking shit about Queen Sarissa, because I don't want you starting drama with Kinian. If you start drama, then I'm just done with you."
That's fair.
I know this is awkward, but Mr. Sage,
Yes.
there's the remaining 800 gold pieces for the information about. I just figured, I'd go ahead and throw that out there. Get that taken care of before we leave.
Ah. Are you part of the party that went down to Chult?
Nope, I'm all that's left of the party that went to Chult.
He's like,
Says it with pride.
ooh. He takes out his coin purse and like weighs it in his hand and throws it to you, and he says 800 even.
It knocks me over.
Yeah, because that's 800 gold pieces.
So at 50 per pound,
Did not have to be
so
a
it's about, it's like a jug of milk for weight.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Tanuvial fills up her beer, grabs another one, and teleports to the ship.
A roadie.
Rohi, yep.
Well, I go to find you and hand you the second beer.
I go up to Klaus and I say, you can do the whole transform into a dragon thing, right?
I can do the whole transform into a human thing.
Oh, okay, I get it. Means you're a dragon, so you transform. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, semantics, buddy. That was. Yeah.
Keo rolls out a piece of paper and starts sketching out something.
Okay.
He's like, okay, here's the plan. We got to get the conch. Once we do that, he starts rambling about plans to steal the pieces of 6 from the giants.
He says, so where's your dad in all of this?
Mount Celeste, I think.
Is he?
It's been a while. Letters haven't been making it through lately. You know how it is when you have family far flung across the realms.
Absolutely, until they die in a battle.
Knock on wood.
Semantics. Listen, bygones.
Well, you left one alive, so thanks.
Bodette is slowly trying to drag this heavy stack
Yeah.
to the exchange.
Okay. he's actually like dragging it behind him, like.
Yeah, no, I can't lift it.
It's only 16 pounds.
I thought it was it's a pound for every pound. Oh, okay. Then I am encumbered and I walk.
Yeah, he's still dragging it. He's like,
He's probably like he's
Being
like
over
hugging it.
dramatic.
yeah.
I say,
Rescue! All back at the ship. Okay, I need one of those teleports one day.
listen, Cloud, you should fly to the Cloud Peak Mountains and we'll meet up there.
I can do that. Here's the thing. That's Epido's territory. I need written approval from Kyo.
Kyo brightens at this and starts
Opportunity to read a formal document.
So he gets out like the official
5
stamps.
days later.
And just to make sure he does it right, he pulls out his Shadowtop Cathedral passport.
Okay.
And he's kind of cribbing some language from that. A little copy paste going on here.
Okay.
But it's written in Draconic, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm translating when I copy paste.
I notarize it.
Nice. Manette's a notary. Okay.
It's so overly like flowery
Yeah,
and
it's
formal
like-
that it's like
Some of the
awkward.
words are a little bit made up, like
Just a little bit.
Grand
It's
Destin.
entirely made up.
Nice.
So there's like suffixes and prefixes both on the same word that kind of cancel each other out. And that
Okay.
fortuith with.
He takes the document.
And once it's written out, then Kyo takes a palm print in ink, a full palm print at the bottom, and then I blot it and I roll it up, tying it, and then using wax in my
Your signet?
signet ring,
Yeah.
and then I scribe some real quick simple spells on it to protect it
Okay.
that are in Sylvan.
Okay. Nice. He takes the paper. He walks out of the tavern, takes probably 4 running leaps, and turns into an ancient red dragon in just on the outside of town, and flies off in the distance. And
Kyo
you
hops out waving by.
yeah. You hear like one of the curio shops nearby, like, did you see that? That was a red dragon sighting. Oh, we can profit from this. And
New tourist attraction.
hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Roll with Advantage. This is Season 3, Episode 32. Thank you so much for joining us. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you for listening, and thank you to our Patreon subscribers. You guys are absolutely amazing, and if you want to find out more about how to help support the show and help support what we're doing here at DM's Table, please go check out patreon.com/DM's Table. It's there where you'll get exclusive access to things like the Tome of Epido and things like that, and you will also gain access to the Patreon section of our Discord automatically. So please go check it out. That's patreon.com/RWA. Also, while you're out on the internet, feel free to follow us over on Twitter at DM's Table, and we're on Facebook at The DM's Table. You can hit us up through DM for access to our Discord, and you can check out the community there. And if you really love it and you want to help support it, then run over to Patreon and just throw a sub. Also, while you're out on the internet, do not forget to go and enjoy Ryan and Dawn's Roll for Initiative. Ryan is the voice behind the wonderful Vodette, and him and his wife have a really fantastic YouTube channel. You should go check that out. That's Roll for Initiative. Here they are to tell you a little bit more about their channel.
Hey everybody, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Dawn, and let's get ready to roll for initiative. We're a couple that does videos on board games. We also do reviews and Game Master diaries.
We also do interviews, gameplay tips, painting tutorials, and plenty more. If you like what we do here, then don't forget to subscribe and comment on the videos.
And if you've watched this far, why don't you head on over to our Patreon where you can support what we do and get cool perks like early videos and free maps every month.
So enjoy the videos here on Roll for Initiative. Bye!
All right, go check them out. Now let's start in on our sponsors. This week we have the wonderful Metallic Dice Games. MetallicDiceGames.com is where you can find them. They are absolutely fantastic. I love their dice. I have a few sets now that I absolutely enjoy, and we'll be doing a giveaway very soon, I promise. We're just working on finalizing how we're going to do that, so hang tight, listen here for more information, and you should be very excited because these are amazingly high quality dice. I absolutely adore them. That's why I'm giving them away. That's why I really want you guys to really check these guys out. And they don't just do dice. They've got dice towers, they've got dice trays, they've got all sorts of cool things over at MetallicDiceGames.com. Now, if you want to help support the show and get a little bit off of your order, go and use DM's Table 10, that's DM's Table 10, in order to get 10% off your next order. Use that code, that's going to help support the show and get you a little bit of money off. Now, go check them out. That's MetallicDiceGames.com. And now I want to talk to you about a very long-time sponsor of ours, Audible. Audible is an audiobook platform that is absolutely amazing. I love them dearly. I know Adam uses them a lot, and we couldn't get through our long car rides or work days without them. Audible has over 180,000 books to choose from. It's really fantastic, and all of the audiobooks are super high quality, which is amazing. Now, if you want to check them out, use our affiliate link. That's going to help support the show, and it's going to get you a 30-day free trial, 2 free audiobooks, and access to the Audible Originals, which is absolutely amazing. So go check out audibletrial.com/RWA today in order to get access to all those things. And if you're not sure what book you want to start with, why don't you try one of Adam's recommendations? He's been doing recommendations for a very long time for this show, and let's see what he's got in store for us this week. Adam, is it a good one?
Oh yeah, I've got a recommendation coming your way from one of my all-time favorite book series, Mageborn. Book 1, The Blacksmith's Son.
Excellent, excellent. So why should they use one of their free books on this book?
Well, Alan, this book is just so relatable to the everyday nerd. It has a character from humble beginnings that he finds out that he has the ability to perform magic. But it's not just spoon-fed to him. He has to work hard for it and use his own ingenious tricks to come out on top. It's really easy to listen to this story and drift off into this whole other world.
Okay, I'm sold. I'm going to have to check that out. Thank you, Adam, so much.
The Blacksmith's Son is written by Michael G. Manning and follows the story of Mordecai. Mordecai's simple life as the son of a blacksmith is transformed by the discovery of his magical birthright. As he journeys to understand the power within him, he is drawn into a dangerous plot to destroy the Duke of Lancaster and undermine the kingdom of Lothian. Love and treachery combine to embroil him in the events he was never prepared to face. What he uncovers will change his understanding of the past and alter the future of those around him. Check it out today.
All right, I'm going to have to check that book out where we can discuss it over on our Discord. We've got a reading corner over there, which is absolutely fantastic. We discuss books and authors and things like that. So join our Discord and join in on the conversation. Now, let's talk about Incompetech. Incompetech.com is an amazing audio platform. They have just phenomenal audio scores. You'll hear them all throughout our show. We absolutely love them. They've been with us from the start, and we really don't have anything bad to say about them. Their website's really easy to use. It's really easy to filter through the music that they have, and it's really easy to use it in your creative content. So if you're a creative like us, then go check out Incompetech.com today to add these wonderful scores to your project. Okay, that's all I've got for you today. Let's get back to the episode, and I'll see you out on the internet. Bye, guys.
So, I find Kenyon on the ship, and I basically just shove the beer glass at you. Beer mug, whatever.
I just collapse like onto the floor and take the drink.
I sit down next to you. And I'm like, Kenyon, no one is going to take away your piece of 6. At some point, we're going to need to use all 6 of them to open a gate, but you'll be able to have your piece the whole time, and you'll be able to have it afterwards.
I hope you're right.
I'm always right.
I feel connected. I feel connected to Sarissa's life force.
Yeah, no, it's... I mean, why would we want to take it from you? What would we... You're part of the party. It's not like you're not going to be with us when we need to open the gate.
Let's hope you're right.
Of course I'm right. I just said I'm always right.
Kenyon is heavily leaning on Tin now to the point where it's probably rather uncomfortable for you.
What are we doing?
We get back on the ship and head towards Cloud Peak Mountain.
Okay.
Yeah, after the exchange, I will. After going to swing by the exchange, I head to the ship.
Okay. All right. Vodek gets back to the ship, and Rings is like, we're going to the Cloud Peak Mountains. Then is Vodek coming with? It's totally fine.
Vodette, do you want to come with us? Shit's gonna get crazy again.
Sure. This is like, my old group of friends all died. But even though some of you are assholes, you're still my friends. So I'll go with you.
Aw.
Oh, time for sailor tattoos.
Tanuvial just kind of walks up and is like, why is everyone okay with there being skeletons all over the ship?
Oh no, that's creepy as fuck. Tin, I like to hide my holy coin in places so that when they're doing their jobs, they'll find it and then they freak out and they can't do their job there anymore. It's creepy.
Why does it not bother anyone?
And
is Kenyon actually present?
I don't know. Rings is like, I'm pretty fucking creeped out about this.
I think I'd still be kind of near the teleporter, just collapsed on the ground.
Yeah.
Well, the party probably would have teleported.
No, Kyo may have hired a few more people. I'm not sure.
I'm leaving
Is there
this...
sufficient members of the Deepfoot clan that could...
Well,
Is there sufficient members?
no, he'd be looking more for
no.
tourists, probably.
Oh, God.
We're not hiring tourists. Nobody wants the skeleton except for Kenyon.
They listen to me.
I do like when they dance.
I do make them dance a lot.
Yeah. Kyo isn't
We could write it into the contract for just some normal people that they have to dance.
And when they play the rib bones like xylophones, that's pretty fun too.
Wait, what if we have 2 skeletons and the rest are normal people?
But
Would that be okay, Ken?
Why don't you guys kill the zombies if you don't like them? Or skeletons, damn it. Like,
it's the beer talking.
yeah.
Kyo pipes in on this one. It's like, well, I don't like the giants, but I don't kill them.
Yeah, but skeletons are undead, right? Like...
Rings, she says, they're creepy, but the nice part is they're expendable. Like, if we get attacked, real people aren't gonna die.
The whole, meat shield, bone shield argument thing kind of has Tin thinking.
Now,
They never
Kyo takes a
have to
little-
rest.
Or eat. It
Kyo
makes
takes-
it cheaper.
takes a little exception to the whole, cannon fodder argument. He's like, hey, but they were people.
Well, how do you guys know they're not going to attack us when we're sleeping or something?
That's why
Kenyon holds the maul up in the air, like
Orcus wand, right?
because Sai told me they listen to everything I say. I'm like, watch, and like all the remaining skeletons, they all raised up.
Besides, Tin, you can just kill them all with like a thought.
Yeah, I could kill them all with a thought. You're right. I just start drinking more beer.
And a skeleton comes along and offers Tin more alcohol.
Tin pauses for a moment and then lifts her glass up.
Pouring you some booze.
shit.
Whoa. I was expecting a sacred flame.
I know.
That's when
Like-
the bottle's empty.
Sometimes when you're drunk, you can have epiphanies and shit.
Yin Farin, you see she's at the what do you call it? It's got the fire.
Helm?
No, the fire elemental.
Ballista? Oh, the engine.
The engine, yeah. Well, it's not an engine. It's
Like a furnace or
yeah, it's a
something?
furnace. Yeah,
Yeah.
the furnace. And she's cranking it open, and
Boiler.
it's starting to warm up the balloon. And she says, "So are we gonna go or what? You guys are kind of drunk talking a lot."
I'm like, yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Have we not been underway this whole time?
And you like look around, and Tressender Manor's like 100 feet from you.
Oh, I knew we forgot something.
We left a parking brake on.
Forgot to pull the anchor up.
They're just so drunk they think that it's rocking.
Yeah. So you guys start lifting off into the air and heading for the Cloud Peak Mountains. A few days pass. It takes, I believe it's going to take about 10 or so days to get there. When you get there, there is nothing in sight. You see mountains with snow caps on them, and it almost looks like clouds, almost like the name. And you start spending days and days moving around these areas, all of the peaks and such, and Bon is looking specifically for a location.
And I'm like looking at my journal, like, okay, it was okay, I remember. There were mountains. There were
Check.
spiders. There were spiders near the mountains.
Ooh, spiders.
I remember that. Okay, there's a bubble. We need to find a bubble in the mountains. I'm like flipping through my journal, like,
Yin's like, it probably needs to be pretty flat.
Makes sense.
yeah, because it'd be like a valley type scenario for civilization and stuff.
And with that information, you guys spend about another day before you find a very deep valley. And in this valley, everyone sees just a green, like, deep basin. There's a natural river in this area. There's like woods and such. It looks like it'd be very bountiful, but you don't see anything. Bon, you see a war camp. You see a shimmering bubble that surrounds this war camp. You see formations that are forming, and you see people getting ready for war.
And I'm like, okay, I'll be right back. I go to my room, and I come back, and I'm like, clean robe,
Okay.
Nice white robe. Haven't worn it in a while. It's nice and clean. I've got my eye sash. You guys haven't seen that in a while. And it's not on my eyes. It's just holding my hair back on my forehead. Like a headband.
Cobra Kai style.
Yeah. And I've got the sword, which normally is on my back, is at my hip.
Okay.
And I breathe out calmly. And when I open my eyes, they're aglow.
Are we able to make out if the people at these camps are like humanoids, monster type things?
You can't
too
see a
far?
thing.
Okay.
Only Bond.
Yep. When you open your eyes and they're glowing, the rest of the party can see a shimmering bubble. You cannot see into it, but you can see the bubble, the exterior bubble.
Hey, bubble.
The ship moves towards the bubble, and as you pierce it, everybody can see that this is a... it was once an agrarian society. Many farms were here. Now it has become a fort, a fortification that could withstand the forces of demons. You see formations, you see many things. When you land, you are greeted by two winged protected. It is Devo, you recognize, and there is another, a male.
We're not at Mount Celeste, are we?
Nope.
Okay, because I was going to say, we still need to get the pieces of 6 from the giants.
Yep.
Where's our crew?
Devo, she says, yes, the crew is here. The dead have been buried. And the rest are being prepped for the coming war. We have been teaching them battle formations. We have been teaching them what they need. Unfortunately, Kyo's students, they are wimps. and she says, but they have been fantastic for making potions and writing spells. We are a formidable force, and they are ready, General Bond.
I kind of pipe up. Have you guys been giving Nymeria pets every day?
She kind of smirks at you, and she says, absolutely.
Okay, good, because she gets really sad if she doesn't get scratched behind her ears that one way. And it goes too long without that.
Do I recognize the guy with Devo?
He looks like somebody from a long time ago. This might have been somebody that you knew from school when you were like 11. You do not necessarily know who it is. I think Devo senses this, and she says, "This is Valor. He is here. He is one of the generals."
I nod my head at him. I'm like, "Sup, Valor?"
I lean close to Tin. I'm like, I'm a captain. That's better than a general, right?
I pat Kenion's shoulder and say, yes, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
I'm a knight.
And a king. I'm a pirate king.
Exactly. See?
I say to Valor, I'd like to introduce you to the Obsidian Flame. This is Minette, the Eagle Eye sharpshooters. We got Tenuvial over here. She's pretty good at killing dead things. It's gonna come in handy.
I'm Sir Kyo Glassstaff. Nice to meet you.
And
Do you say knights to meet you?
Yes, he does. Yes.
that's Kyo. Kyo, don't mind him. He was
meant to say
knighted.
nice, but he does say knights.
Now the pressure's on Vodette to, come up with another one.
This is Captain Kinian.
King! Captain Kinian.
Yeah.
This is Kinian. He's got some titles.
And I thrust the wand of Orcus in the air in front of me and say, "This is Psy!" really loudly.
When you thrust the wand of Orcus up into the air, you see all of the protected around. They look towards you. almost like they're signaled or kind of almost triggered. Let me describe Valor for a second. So Valor has like a crew cut. He's blonde-haired with a flat top on it. He is muscular, but not beefy. He's got many tattoos. A lot of them are obsidian flame tattoos. Some of them are like obsidian flames that the flames lick up the neck and such. And he says, that is a very evil weapon.
What?
It's a force of chaos.
Yeah, I'm a force of chaos, baby.
and the two protected kind of share a look, and she's Devo looks towards you, Bon, and she says, come with us. We need to talk.
Okay, you don't want to. Okay, we'll introduce everybody else later.
Oh, I'm Bojet. It's nice to meet you.
I say also, please call me General Bane.
To whom?
To Valor.
Okay.
That was his name, right?
Yeah.
Why can't you be cool and sexy like Valor?
Valor's got some sweet tats.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got the one.
Come on, guys.
Listen, man, I'm practically a tat virgin here.
Come on,
okay?
Preppy.
Someday, maybe.
We need the AC Slater, not the Preppy.
Valor and Devo, they take you aside and they walk you to a general's quarter, and it's basically, it was the schoolhouse. Okay, the door opens, and as you're walking through town, you're noticing there's not a single person here that is younger than 3 years old. There is no babies, nothing. You enter this planning room, and a massive map of the plains sits in the center of the room. You see on this map, there is many planes of existence on the outer side. These are the outer planes, and on the inside is the elemental planes, and then the material plane in the very center. You see the map has been completely split in half. The bottom half has large demon figures, and the top half have large angelic figures. The material plane has a mixture of figures in it. In this room stands another protected. You do recognize this one. This is a female protected named Delight. Well, Del is how you knew her. You walk into this room, and they quickly shut the doors, and they say, General Bane, we have much to discuss. First, what we have learned is that we cannot be effective against the demons without being activated by the obsidian flame. We need to find our way to Mount Celestia. We need to become activated.
Okay, the obsidian flames on Mount Celestia?
Yes.
Oh, perfect, because we could probably bring a bunch of the giant pieces of 6 and create a portal to Mount Celestia.
Okay. If that's the case, I guess we wait. Until you have a way to get us there, we're kind of stuck.
Okay. Well, let me go talk to my peeps.
We have 250 soldiers strong. If we include the children, which I know they will be ready to fight, says Valor. If we include the children, we have 300 soldiers.
All Aasimar?
All Aasimar, all protected. That is more than enough to win this war. And Delight kind of puts her hand on Valor's shoulder and says, easy there. You cannot win this war with 300.
Yeah, we just came from Omu, and there's a lot of bad guys there. we shouldn't assume our little forces is enough. We're gonna need all the help we can get here.
Okay. Is there anything you need from us?
Let me talk to the group and see what kind of stuffs they're thinking, and I'll get back to you.
As you're walking away, Valor kind of puts his hand on your forearm, and he says, "The sword of yours.
Yes.
I am the might of Celestia.
Okay.
That is Celestia's might. When you return, I shall expect it."
I mean, you don't gotta be a dick about it.
He turns from you, and he like walks away, and as he does, he throws his hand across the planning board, knocking all of the figurines off of the table. "Why is it that you scorn me, Bane, new general of the Protected? Do you not understand the stakes that have been placed upon our heads? It is my job to train and protect the Protected. Do you understand what kind of pressure that puts on me? To imply I am being but a mere phallus. It must be nice to be so privileged, to be so naive. Fine, if you shall deny me that which I've been told is my right, then let the heavens solve this one." And he says, "Get out of my way," as he exits the schoolhouse in a bluster. At that point, a squire comes in and calls the two generals away, and they quick nod to you, and they say, "Let us know when you have the gate," and they rush away.
Cool. I go back to the group.
Okay.
As Bon walks back toward us, I look over at him and I lean down to Minette and I'm like, "Looks like you had a little afternoon delight."
Minette's not there.
No.
You say
like,
that.
Damn, he's stealthy. Where did he go?
You turned because you thought he was like right behind you.
Yep.
Yeah,
I turned to say it to him and he was just not there.
Yep.
I go over to where. Can I find Minette?
Probably not. Roll perception.
28.
Damn, you can.
Yeah, you're like walking back, and as you're walking back, you hear the footsteps behind you. You hear like a slight rattle from the gun, and just a couple like very, very light footfalls.
Okay, I'm like, "Oh, hey, Minette, hey."
How much of that conversation did I...
Everything.
Everything? Cool.
Dude,
I followed.
It's weird that you were over there, but hey,
Man, I think you're surprised that he saw you. Like he looks back and he's like, "Minette," you're just like, pause.
Dude, I can see you. You're
around,
clearly
like-
moving.
Like, which, the Minette over there? Huh?
They know where the obsidian flame is. We're gonna get to go see it.
Fuck yeah.
Do you think they could do anything about Kinian's weapon? Because it's totes evil and just
Yeah,
making
we're
him
gonna-
do a lot of...
We're gonna have to get that away from him later. Yeah. I think for now though we should that side quest should worry about that in a little bit here, because we're gonna need Kinian on our side in a minute here. We need the pieces of 6 from the giants so that we can get to Mount Celestia.
Yeah, I don't think Sarissa's going to be too excited to hand him over. Well, I think at the time we didn't know what we were going to need the pieces of 6 for. We thought we needed to get it to the giants so that they could reestablish the ordning. So at the time it made sense, but now that we need it for something else, she's probably not going to want to give him up again. I mean, if all she really wants to do is get to the celestial plane to talk to NM, then she could come with.
I was gonna say, yeah, she could just follow and then not go into battle.
That might be an okay deal.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with her talking with her god to try and establish the ordning again. That is a worthwhile thing to do. But we need to be the ones in control of the gate, and we need it to be here.
Yeah.
So that we can.
So you think we should just go to her and say, we found the rest. We want to make the gate on Camp Kaigal. You're welcome to come and talk to your dude, but we want to make it so that we can transfer troops.
It's worth a shot.
All right. Cool.
We're not bringing all of the pieces there, though.
To the Giants?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that'd be a bad idea.
Maybe we should give one or two of them to, like, Devo or something.
Might be a good idea.
All right.
Do you slink off, Manette, to find Devo?
Sure.
Now, Kyo's totally slinking off to try and get some armor made.
Okay. All right. And you find the armor. What are you ordering up?
Just well, it's got to be as good as his not armor. So.
What?
He's not wearing any armor.
Well, because he's a draconic sorcerer, so it's 13 plus dex.
Gotcha.
So he needs some like really good studded leather.
Okay. Yeah, you can get like a standard armor here. They're not magic wielders at all. This is like a community of like paladins.
So Kyo's gonna like pester all their quartermasters and armor smiths and that, and every pair is not gonna feel quite right.
Okay. All right. Do you find a pair?
There's no light armor that's non-magical. That's better than.
Okay.
I ask Sai if these really are Deva. Like, I'm having a conversation with him because this doesn't feel right to Kinian.
Okay.
Like, this looks like what warlords do before they go to battle, right? It's a mustering of the troops, and I'm not sure. Like,
Sai speaks to your mind, and he says, "These protected cannot be trusted."
That's what I feared. Thank you for your guidance.
Of course.
Hey, Kenyon, want to go see your baby mama?
Like,
yeah, rings like
is right there.
she's like,
I don't say it when she's right there. I have some tact.
Okay.
Rings, can you leave the room?
Kenyon responds. I'm just like, it'd be great to go see Sarissa. I need a little bit of time though, below decks, if that's all right.
Like a few minutes, a few hours.
Let me think upon the conch and see when it feels right.
So about an hour later, Kinian comes back, attuned now to the conch.
Yeah.
Vodette, are you going to the Giants?
So, what is it that we're trying to do with the Giants? We're finding more of these pieces of shit?
We've given a few pieces to them for safekeeping while we were searching for the others.
So it's just, hop over and say, hey, give us our stuff back, and then you're coming back here?
In a more diplomatic way, yes.
They feel the items belong to them.
Okay. I mean, I can go along, or I can stay with these guys. Whatever's more helpful. I can watch over the boat If any of those skeletons get out of line, don't worry. I'll just poof them all away. I got you, Tin.
Basically, at that hour mark, you see on the deck of the ship, all the skeletons collapse into piles of bone.
So I think Vodette's like, you're talking about how you can watch over the skeletons, Vodette, and they just collapse into piles of bones.
Yep, see, I got it all under control.
And Kenyon comes above deck, actually smelling normal, and you can't see the mall anywhere on him at all, and he is freshly perfumed. And looking healthier than he has looked in months.
Yeah. So like you guys probably didn't necessarily know it because it was such a gradual change, but think of Kenyon had very sunken eyes and was starting to get a little gaunt in the face. Yeah, kind of. And
The slow progression is unnoticeable, but the contrast reverting back is...
Right. Now he looks very, very healthy. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Uncursed.
Put on a little bit of water with it.
Cursed.
Keo runs up, gives Kenyon a big hug.
I whisper to
Thanks,
Manette.
Q.
Back.
I whisper to Manette, hey, when we get back, you should consider trying to sneak to Kenyon's room and put that staff in your bag of holding or something.
Along the same lines, I whisper over to Yin. When we leave, search the ship for the thingy Kenyon was carrying, and give it to Devo if you find it.
Kenyon, you gather up the people.
I turn toward Rings, and I'm like, "You watch my ship, right?"
Our ship, yes.
And I walk up, and I give this is Kenyon's fully honest, gives her a big, totally means it hug, and basically dips her low and goes for the smooch.
Okay. All right, she buys in.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are on good terms at this point. Okay. And you guys, the rest of you guys, start to head out.
Yeah.
Okay. You blow the couch. You head. You teleport into Maelstrom. Vodette, have you been to Maelstrom yet?
I have not.
Okay. You guys reach Maelstrom. Maelstrom is a coral palace at the bottom of a sea, and you show up in the middle of this greeting hall. There is a purple stone floor with a massive crack that looks to be like a chip in the ground in this purple granite, and it cracks across the room, drawing almost a line. And then there's stairs in front of you that spiral. The rest of the party, not thinking about it, Vodette, just kind of start heading up, and
you got to try the seaweed.
He makes the delicious hand gesture, Ryan.
Ooh, sure, I always enjoy strange and exotic cuisine.
At the top of the spiral stairs is this amphitheater-like jazz area. Think of 60s speakeasy type jazz space, lit tables, and on this stage is a crab that is currently being played as if it is a piano of sorts. A very nice music permeates through the area, and a massive storm giant is playing the crab. The storm giant is female, and she holds a air of importance to her. And Kenyon, you see your baby mama, Sarissa?
Yeah, we're gonna get married too.
Yeah. Yep.
Once we figure out the dimensions.
Different zip code.
Yeah.
She looks up towards you and she says, my love.
Baby, I did it. And I am like a baby in contrast because my size currently.
Yep.
I found all the pieces. We've got them.
And she's got like this big bright smile, and she says, "That's great. The war, it's starting to brew. We know now that cloth really means war."
So there's a whole lot more going on than just a potential war with the dragons, and theoretically, if we head this off, then there won't be a war with the dragons.
I would love that.
Yeah. So if you could just give us the pieces of 6 that we left with you, we'll get that taken care of.
How about I come with?
Baby. And I approach her and I'm like scrambling at her like knees essentially.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm like, the baby. And like I'm trying to like reach up to touch her belly.
Yeah.
So Tanuviel says, we're definitely like it's kind of a war party thing. You're definitely welcome to come to speak with your gods and do all that stuff that you need to, but I just want to let you know that it's not going to be safe by any means.
We need to use the gateway to transport some troops into the celestial plane. So we need to do this in order to stop an even larger war than dragons v giants.
I am cool with that. But she says, but understand, I still need to establish the ordering, so I'm coming with.
All right.
I know that we've just met, but I don't think you should be forced to choose between being a mother and having a career. It's all up to you, and I support it.
She's like, I like this little green thing.
He just waves up at her.
What do you call yourself, little green thing?
Well, I mean, usually other people call me Vodette. I don't really talk to myself in third person. But you can call me Vodette.
She brightens at your joke and she says, Kenyan, I like Vodette.
Kenyan throws his arms up in the air and I'm like, baby, no. And I look back toward the bar and I think for like, it's like almost like a 6-second awkwardness, like looking over toward the bar, and like I snap out of it and decide to be like supportive for like the next 6 seconds.
Sure.
And I look back toward her and the arms are now like back up. The baby, no.
Oh, that's Kenyan. He's always joking around like this. The entire ride here, he was telling me how much he was looking forward to the 3 of us having a nice long dinner together while you tell me all about how the 2 of you met. Why, Kenyan's one of my closest friends in this entire group.
And you hear like over the rings, no one would find out. No one would have to know. No one. Oh shit.
So I interrupt Kenyan's line of thought, and I say, Kenyan, I'm sure Sarissa is safest with you. I mean, if you're with her, nothing bad's going to happen to her.
Well, clearly, she's safest with me.
Yeah, so it's not a big deal if she chooses to make her pact and come with us.
There's like a long, slow head turn toward Tin. And then like I turn back and I look up. We've been gone a while. Have we determined the gestation period of a half-orc, half-storm giant? Well, technically it would be half-storm giant, quarter orc.
I was going to say, well, it would be the gestation of the storm giant.
Yeah.
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 So, you
Like,
guys,
is she showing?
so you guys have been gone for a little over 2.5 months, somewhere around there. No, she's not showing least bit.
I was going to say
Okay.
larger creatures have longer gestational periods
Yeah.
on average.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
Takes a long time to build them bones. And so she puts her foot down. She's like, "Listen, I'm not letting you take these pieces unless I'm coming.
Well, I'm protecting you.
Deal." And she walks away to the throne room, and she comes back with the wooden bowl and the tin figurine and the nautilus shell and the toe.
This is going to be so much fun. I can't wait for us to all sit around and have some dinner right there at the ship. And our other good friends, Deke and Rings, can be there for dinner too. Won't that be fun, my good friend Killian?
And I look him dead in the eye and give the biggest smile possible.
I walk out of the room looking for her father and uncle to try to come up with some, like, truce of sorts to get this goblin killed.
Unfortunately, what you learn is that they are on a hunting expedition.
Oh, those bastards.
There has been a great amount of abominations flowing in the sea, and they are out hunting them.
Okay.
zombie fishes.
Can you make yourself more our size?
Yeah.
Cool.
I've actually been getting pretty good at potions. I can only go down size. So one second, and she fumbles around in her bag, and you see it's probably 6 gallon of potion.
As long as it's safe for the baby.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, it should be fine.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
It's magic.
It's magic. Magic's never hurt anyone. No.
Never.
We just talked about abominations. I love this.
Yeah. So she kicks open the flip top 6 gallon jug and starts drinking what is a small potion for her. She shrinks down, and she is about large size.
At this point, she's a little less hot to Kinian.
Okay.
Because there's the power angle. Kinian likes
Yeah.
dangerous, powerful women. That's part of the attraction for Sarissa and Rings. Rings is terrifying. But as she shrinks down, Kinian looks down into his bags and Sarissa, that's great. Especially, next time we're alone. But also, I met a Valindra, and she gave me these, and I produced 2 potions of growth out of my bag. And said that the people of Cholt use these to grow larger. It's like a distilled plant of some type.
Huh.
Would one of these help your research?
I think so. Yes. And she takes them and she says, "When I have time, I like to study these."
Okay. Do you want both of them?
Yes, please.
All right.
She says, "So, take me to where we need to be." You guys teleport back. What do you do? Do you want to pop this door up now?
Well, I think this is just a good stopping point.
Yeah. Is that the end
Keo
goal?
would want to draw a teleport circle
Okay.
so he can start bringing additional troops.
I mean, is Clouth there? Is Clouth going in with us also?
We got to wait for Cloud.
Do we have to?
No,
Okay.
he handed it over. That's right.
Is there going to be any issue with
We do need
Sarissa
to
and
locate
Klaus?
Klaus.
So Kinian doesn't know anything about this, but Dan knows. Have the casters considered taking the time to create an antipathy field before we open a gate, so no baddies can come through the gate after us. It would take you a bit of time to essentially create a repelling of sorts against, demons, if you don't want demons using the gate that we're opening up to the mount.
That sounds like cleric magic to me.
It's cleric magic.
Yeah, we can throw in some of the wardings against evil and whatnot.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think before, just from a meta perspective, I think you guys as clerics would know that before you're opening a gate to, celestial planes, you probably want to keep all the bad stuff out.
I'm thinking we'd probably want a couple days just to collect all our recruits, too.
We've got anti-magic field, but I don't see antipathy as a spell.
There
is one.
There is a spell.
Yep, we can look it up.
It takes a while to...
from evil, probably.
That's on a person.
No. Yeah, there's an actual antipathy.
Okay.
Yeah, it so what we'll do is we're gonna end this session with you guys have 30 days of downtime. That allows you to draw spells that you need. So next session, come back with what you've done over the 30 days and what you want to accomplish, and that's where we'll leave it. Hey, thank you so much for listening. What a fantastic episode. We cannot wait for next week's episode. We hope you stick around to find out what happens next. If you want to find out more about the show, about our characters, or things like that, go check us out on dmstable.com/RWA. DM's Table has got information on how to contact us through Twitter or Facebook or things like that. Go check it out, and we'll see you out on the internet. See ya.